It wasn't really easy because initially when I entered in 2005, we are 19 because of the proportional representation. It started to come down until we are left with 12. And it was not easy. It has been a long journey. But now we say thanks be to God with the proactive and kind-hearted president that we have now in Sierra Leone, Dr. Julius Maada Bio. He has the passion for women. You know, we started the fight together. And I want to quote him at one time when we went there. We went to Rwanda to do some feasibility studies, how they came about to get that large percentage. We went to Kenya and we came back. So the resolution was placed, we concluded it, and we took it to HE. Well, what he told us was, if you want it, go for it. So he gave us that courage, and that he has our backings. So we started the fight. But we did not only rely on what he said. We started the lobbying, sensitization. Of course, I was the president for the female caucus in my country for the past 5 years. We've been negotiating, lobbying, sensitizing women alongside with the women's organizations. They did so well. Some the NGOs, CBOs, the UN Women, EU, you name them, our partners, our donor partners, they came in full force. And what we did, we worked with the parliament, because anything that we want to do, if you want to succeed, you have to link with parliament. So we lobbied the parliament. You know, it was a hung parliament then. So to say that it was really a fight, it was a hung parliament, so we had to lobby the parliamentarians. Well, some we got them as he for she's, they know it. They know the challenges of women, so they were with us. And the speaker, our clerk, and the leaders of both political parties, the ruling and the main opposition party, we worked together to push this cause. It was not easy. We started with safe seat, it didn't work. Then we said affirmative action. Of course, that one was kicked out. So our speaker, Dr. Abbas Bundu, now said, okay, we'll find a name. So he asked us to be patiently, to wait patiently, and that we'll work on it. So we went to the electoral, the elections, the amendment of the Elections Act. We amended the section wherein we include women, and we talked about this PR system. Even the PR system was argued. They did. It was a big debate. The opposition never liked it, but it was a prerogative of His Excellency, and there is a clause in the Constitution that the President can work in consonance with the Electoral Commissioner to do whatever elections if there are problems. So he did that, and the PR system stayed. So we amended the clause 58.2 that every three candidates that a political party sends, one must be a woman. And that was what was done. And we went to the PPRC, we lobbied the political parties. So in their list, if you don't send a woman on that list, then your list will not be accepted. So that was how we came about it. And we lobbied them during the debates. Those who did not favor us, the men who did not favor us, we lobbied them, we talked to them, our brothers, most of them. We call them he for she's. So they accepted it, and we voted. They voted for the three candidates, each three candidates, one must be a woman. So that was how we came. And I tried in my constituency, not that when they say you two women or you are one woman should be named in your district, that is a district block system, wherein, for instance, we are 6 in our district, and that 6, 2 must be a woman, because every 3, 2 must be a woman. So we are expecting 2 women. Well, there is a system again that was put in place. We do not want people to say, oh, they handpicked this woman, we never liked him, or we don't know this one. We went through everything. The constituency elections was done. Then your constituency, wherein the delegates we are choosing from the executives in your constituency. Then you come to the district, they vote. Then you go to the region, they vote. Then they come to national. They all have percentages to put in place so that you'll be qualified. As a woman, you don't have to go and sit and become complacent that, no, my people said one. No, you have to go. So you go to your people, you lobby them, and I won all throughout. So I became number 2 on the list. And two women came in the district and others. Now we have 41 women as out of 135 parliament, and 1 paramount chief woman, making 42. So we are now like 32.2%. Initially, it was just 15%. So it was a big leap. So I want to say thanks to His Excellency the President and the Parliament, the 5th Parliament. We voted, we came together, we spoke with one voice for the issues of women. So this is how we fought, including the women's organizations in my country. They did very well. We all worked together. They campaigned for good governance, 50-50, Women's Forum, the UN Women, EU, and so many, Trocchia, so many organizations, all of us. There was a big concerted effort, and we got that lead. And also the ECOWAS went to Haiti and say thanks to him for the love and the passion that he showed for the women of this country. So I believe the other countries, like when we are in ECOWAS, other countries will emulate so that they can have this 30% of female representation under the district block system.
Your impression about workings of this current parliament and moving into the 6th parliament, can we confidently say Sierra Leone will not be producing, you as the leader of the delegation, Sierra Leone will not be only getting as only 1 female with the success you chucked with the proportional representation?
And in fact, our country is not only for parliamentarians. We have executive too. In fact, all walks of life. It is now written in black and white. All walks of life should have 30% of female representation. And our president appointed about 30% of female representation in his executive, and also councils. We have so many women councillors, we have women mayors. So this has shown that we are ready for this 30%. And I want other countries in the sub-region in West Africa to follow suit so that we can have more women. If they can send, like my country now, if we are talking about 30%, so definitely we are 5. So we are expecting 2 women to be in the 6th parliament. And I hope and pray that it will work with all other parliaments in ECOWAS.
Perhaps with ECOFEPA, what should be the expectation moving into the next parliament? Because you've really drawn home the need to really get women involved in decision making.
Yes, thank you very much. For ECOFEPA, as the new president of the ECOFEPA, and when it will be official when we go to maybe Banjul, and but I've been elected under consensus because everybody agreed that I should be the next president. And I hope and pray with my expertise that I got in Sierra Leone to have the 30%, I will use it so that we can get more women in the sub-region. And I trust the new executive that will work together. Of course, the old executive, the past executive, they did very well, extremely well. And I want to say thanks to them. And we work where they have stopped. We are going to take from there. And I believe we'll work together as a team so that we can get that 30%. And I hope we'll do more. We'll even get more women in the ECOWAS parliament, in the 6th parliament. And we are going to be very vibrant because looking at the caliber of people who are now in parliament, the women who are now in parliament, we debate, we chat, we talk. The only problem that we are envisaging here is the language barrier, because we have 3 languages here: the Lusophone, that is the Portuguese, the English, and the French. So that has been our dilemma. But by the grace of God, we achieved that. And my first work would be to try to have at least 30 minutes so that we can be learning the basics. So at least so that we'll be able to communicate amongst our fellow colleagues.